Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we're going to do an overview of the new Tier 8 Japanese Heavy, the Type 63. Now, we'll be honest, most of my games so far I've gone like this. This tank, for me, has been painful. This has been a painful one to play. Which I feel is a bit of a shame, because it is a unique looking vehicle. And it's got this unique auto-siege suspension, which I will talk about straight away. The auto-siege, the mechanic, it kicks in at a certain speed. Off the top of my head, I don't know what speed it is. But I have had situations, I've had games where it's come in handy. But it's come in handy a little bit too late. One example I have, which I could probably show you here. I'm on Live Oaks, and there's a German tank destroyer above me. I don't have the turret elevation to get the gun on target, so I have to wait for this suspension to kick in, and it comes up slowly, and it's like, what I get I get the mechanics working. But it just feels a little bit clunky, and it's not. I don't find it to be. It's not like, whoa, I've got this mechanic. This is amazing. It's like, I've got this. Okay, it's a thing. Okay, I've got it. Great. I don't find it to be brilliant. It's not terrible. I mean, certainly, if I didn't have the suspension system, I wouldn't have made that shot. But at the same time, it's not like, oh, you guys should definitely get this tank because it's got this auto-siege system. No, that's not what I think about this tank. I think this thing is, it's good when it's top tier. It struggles when it's bottom tier. But then I guess that's the same for all tier 8s. When you're 2 tiers down, you're always going to struggle against tier 10s. This game here is against tier 10s, and I managed to do okay. But this game, it took a while for me to get to this game, and it was a bit of a painful road to get here. Which is why, for me, this tank is a little bit like, But what I'll do now is, let's just go over the statistics for this tank. So, you've got the 3 ammunition types. You've got armor piercing, heat, and high explosive. Armor piercing has the standard armor piercing has 230 millipen, heat has 290, high explosive has 53. The armor piercing and the heat will do 320 damage average alpha, and the high explosive will do 400. So, the gun. Though that's where the gun's at, and I will say the gun does feel quite accurate. The Sigma on this gun is pretty good, I would say. The shots generally go exactly where you aim them, and I believe Wargaming advertised this as it's got an accurate gun. So, like, okay, yeah, it does. But what I've noticed is the alpha on it feels a little bit low. I've been putting shots out, and I've been hitting sub 300, and I'm in a tier 8 heavy. I'm thinking this doesn't sub 300 in a tier 8 heavy. That doesn't. And I've looked at some of the Russian tier 8 heavy premiums, and they're up at 380, 390. Some of the Germans are up in the 400s. And then it's like, well, yeah. I know the reload is, for me, the reload is 6.8 seconds, so that's good. The reload is good. But it just, it's missing that bit of, it feels more like a medium. The gun feels more like a medium because it's fast reload, lower alpha, I should say, not low. But it's kind of, it's like, its mobility is pretty good. I mean, its top speed is 40 kilometers an hour unboosted, which is, that's pretty good. But yeah, it feels like it's missing. It feels like it's missing that you need to buy me quality. It's missing that I'm unique and I'm worth getting. that's just how that's my impression of this thing. So let's carry on. It's got 1400 hit points. It's got a max unboosted top speed of 40 kilometers an hour, 380 meters of view range, and 423 meters of moving concealment. So, you know, I'm not a World War II player, so you guys decide whether or not that's good or not. But I mean, as you can see there, the gun is accurate. You can lead the shots fairly well. They go where you aim them. So I'm not going to say this is a bad tank. It's this is tough. I don't feel this tank has the quality that makes me say you should get one. I think you could live without this tank and you would be fine. That is my impression of this thing. It's got which is a bit of a shame, because I do like the look of this tank. I do like the way it looks. It's pretty mobile, but I've just the subtle things about a heavy that I like to see. I like to be able to play hull down, and this thing can play hull down. It's got the auto siege suspension in it, but I found that when you're playing hull down, shots just go through the turret. And I'm like, if I can't play hull down that well, so my extra gun depression, I think it's 4 degrees of gun depression based on the suspension, that's not really useful because can't play hull down anyway. I've got to play it like a medium, and I think, do I really want to play this like a medium? Well, if you get one, I think the answer is you're going to have to. But if you're looking at this thing thinking, should I get one? I'm thinking, a part of me thinks no, because it just doesn't have that, for me, it doesn't have that quality. It doesn't have that you need to buy me quality. And I'm looking at the price now. The base price for this thing is 8,900 gold, which, compare that to some Cold War prices. Sure, that's not as high as some Cold War prices, but I personally think your money would be better spent on any of the other higher alpha, higher armored tier 8 heavy premiums. This thing is cool to look at. If you're a collector, get one, but personally, I don't feel that this one is quite worth it. So yeah, take what I say with a pinch of salt. I'm not a World War II player, I'm a Cold War player, but this is my vibe on this tank. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's about all I've got to say about the Type 63. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.